Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, here on our YouTube channel, Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful eclipse day. I hope some of you got to see the eclipse, and I'm sure you've seen pictures. The energy was amazing. And there's a lot to tap into tonight as we embrace that. And tonight's meditation is going to be a little special because we're going to call in the energy of the eclipse so that we can use it for our own change, our own energy reboot. And anything else you might want to use it for, maybe something creative or productive. So that will be ours to do in a little bit. And for those of you who are new to our show, welcome. And one of the things we do is we start with a meditation, and then we move on to some card readings that I pull cards and get messages from my spiritual team. They're usually in contact with your team. So our angels, our guides, our ancestors, they all come through. And tonight's deck, because of the eclipse, is going to be the Sacred Earth Oracle. And this is by Tony Carmen Salerno. And I wasn't sure which of the which of the earthy kind of decks we're going to come out and play today. Initially, I thought it was going to be another Mary Magdalene deck because I've been on a Mary Magdalene roll. But nope, today it's the Sacred Earth Oracle, which makes a lot of sense because we're in that juicy earth energy. We're in that juicy connection to our solar system, and all the things that are, shifting and changing. Some of you had storms in the last week. We certainly did. Nothing like an April an April shower, except it was a snow shower here in um, southern Maine. And yeah, we got close to 18 inches where I am. So I'm just blessed to have power because not all of my neighbors do. And yeah, I'm sure that other people had interesting weather and interesting things going on. And some of us felt the earthquake that happened in New York, New Jersey. It made it all the way up here. It shook my little china cabinet. At first, I thought it was somebody on my team trying to get my attention. But then I realized it was bigger than that. So here we go. So get yourself nice and comfortable. You want to be in a place where you can feel supported, either sitting or lying down. You want your arms and your legs uncrossed. That way you don't block any energy as it's coming in from the divine. And just let yourself let go for, the next little bit while we just reconnect with our soul and reconnect with our higher self and just check in on what do we need right now and how do we support ourselves in our healing and our spiritual journeys, right? All right, so get nice and comfy. And we're going to start with 3 big breaths, okay? So take a deep breath in and blow out. And blow in and breathe out. Now, when you breathe in, think of breathing in spirit. Breathe in the divine and blow out all of your stress. And we're going to welcome in our spiritual teams and the divine and ask the divine energy to connect to us tonight in our sacred temple. And during our meditation, we will be held in the sacred temple, surrounded and supported, and held with the energy and the intention for the good of all and harm to none, which includes ourselves. We're going to begin by checking in with our heart, noticing our breath as it goes in and it goes out, feeling our heartbeat and the rhythm that we have, and feeling our connection to the earth's rhythm. So just imagine a cord of connection going down through your body, down your spine, down your legs and your feet, and connecting into your earth star beneath your feet. Just imagine it plugging into an earth outlet. And that outlet is supercharged by the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine, Grandmother Earth. And when you feel that click of being plugged in, not only does it help create a sense of groundedness and connection, but also you can feel the energy as it begins to come up and recharge your energetic batteries. As it's doing that, it's clearing away any stuck energy, it's recreating all your flow patterns. It's sending oxygen into your tissues, into your muscles. It's circulating your blood throughout your body. And now we're also going to ask the heart to plug into the divine above. And we're going to feel that plug, that cord as it moves up through our heart, our throat, out through the top of our head. And it clicks in to our soul star above our crown. And when you feel that click, then you're instantly connected to not only your higher self and your oversoul, but to the divine masculine and the divine of the cosmos. And not only are you grounded with that energy above, you're also recharging with that divine energy flow. Feeling the calm and the peace and the serenity washing over you. Clearing away any emotional debris, any mental thought debris, any negativity you've encountered in the past week. So, washing that down your body as you are being filled up and recharged from below. And noticing the chakras in the center of your being becoming fuller and brighter. Spinning with energy. And releasing any anxiety or worry or doubt that you've been carrying. Any difficulty you've been experiencing in relationships with others or with work. And really making room for the infinite possibilities that the divine is connected to and we are connected to be able to flow to you and through you with ease and grace. And now we're going to connect our energy also to the new moon and the solar eclipse. And feeling that energy coming down from above. And you may sense it in a particular color or a couple of colors. Often the moon colors are in the blues and the silvers, but the eclipse sometimes carries the beautiful oranges and yellows and reds. And imagine those energies braiding together along with the divine from above and the divine from below. And having that energy move through each of your chakras, through the crown, through the third eye, through your throat, through your heart, really grounding it in your heart, connecting it deeply, and then also moving down through your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakras. And we're asking that energy to activate through our arms and our hands, through our legs and our feet, so that we can feel the energy, the healing energy of touch, so that we can use it for ourselves and for others. And even for things simple as using it on your computer or using it on your checkbook to send healing energy through anything. And if you're having any aches or pains, you're welcome to place the healing hands on that spot, maybe on your knees or your low back, maybe over your heart or your throat, behind your head. Just allow the divine healing energy to flow through you. And let it break apart and dissolve any congested energy or any places where it has gotten stuck and may be experienced as pain, discomfort, dis-ease. And feeling the energy boost through the connection to all that is in all of these beautiful strands. Now take a moment to put your hands over your heart, allowing yourself to fill your heart to overflowing with unconditional love. And if you've been having any kind of difficult time, you can also place one hand on your solar plexus, because this brings your heart home and you home to your heart. Now, gently, we invite the spiritual teams, our angels, our guides, our ancestors, our star beings, our mystical creatures and animals, all divine of the highest, fullest, and brightest vibration, to come closer so that we can sense you and feel you, knowing you are with us always. Maybe just giving a gentle reminder or nudge so that we can feel your presence. And now, if you have anything that you would like to ask of your team, you may do so. It's also time for your team to give you words of wisdom or a gift to inspire you, to guide you on the next step in your journey. Now, taking a moment of gratitude, thanking our teams for being present, for being here for us in this and every moment. And if you would like extra words of wisdom to come through after the meditation, you can invite that in as well. And we're going to leave this beautiful energy active so that we have access to it for the entire moon cycle until the next full moon. And now you're going to gently bring your energy back into this moment, taking a couple of deep breaths to start to bring your awareness back into your body, back into the space that you're in, back into this moment of now. Notice gravity pushing down on you. Feel the connection to your chair or the floor or the bed if you're lying down. As you acclimate to your body once more, you can stretch or yawn, rub your hands, rub your feet, whatever you might need to be able to bring yourself into the present moment. And feel free, if you have a journal, you can journal your experience. Because sometimes it helps to get that information flowing and out as quickly as you can. And for those of you who haven't been with us before, I do the card readings that come through channeled messages from my team, always interacting with your team. And so tonight's cards are going to be the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmen Salerno. It's a beautiful deck if you haven't experienced it before. It has lots of transformation and lots of connection to all of the magic that we have here on the earth realm. And if you would like me to pull a card for you, then just please type in yes, please, or card, please. Because I will pull for everybody who asks, however long that takes. I stick with it to the end. But I don't pull for you if you don't ask, because I respect your privacy in case that's not something that you wish. And I also encourage you to listen to all the cards pulled, not just your own, because usually there's messages from everybody, for everybody through the cards that we get. And it's, yes, during the live broadcast only. It's a combination between love and live. I liked that. Um, and so just ask, and we'll be happy to do that for you. Um, and if you're watching this in a recording, remember that we're here every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So come join us if you haven't already. So we're going to get started. Yes, Rob, it's okay. Maybe it was spirit saying it's live and in love. I liked it. It's great. And for those of you who don't know, Rob's my co-host. He's my co-pilot. So here we go. So the first card is for Ellen. I like this one. So the card is stretch. And you can see that she's got this intricate root system and how much of it is above her, right? She's connected to the divine above her, but she's also very rooted here. And what I'm seeing is what they're meaning by stretch is that lots of times we stay in our comfort zone. We don't push out beyond and try new things. We don't take a chance on something new, and sometimes we don't even try new books or new foods. And it's like we start to crumble inwards when we don't stretch out. We're meant to take up more space energetically than we often do. And so pay attention to ways that maybe you've collapsed your energy, maybe you've contracted. Um, and we all go through those phases, especially after winter. We often cocoon and hibernate. But here we are. It's spring, whether you have snow on the ground or not. And in that space, it's like it's time to wake up. I'm seeing like the goddess underneath the ground, and it's like she's coming out of her shell and she's stretching and she's waking up, and she's ready to do some new things, to be a new person, to explore new places and new things and new experiences. So notice any ways you've gotten comfortable and see how you could stretch just a little bit every day. um, Maybe it's trying something new for food, or maybe it's driving a new way to the grocery store, or taking some back roads you've never been on, or maybe it's exploring a new trail when you're out hiking. And maybe it's trying a new art medium, if you love art. Um, so, yeah, just see how you can stretch in this next week. Um, because it also helps your energy flow, um, and all of it, your lungs, your blood, um, your abundance, all of that flows when we are not collapsed energetically. So take some time out to stretch. I think that's great for all of us. And it wouldn't hurt to actually stretch too your physical body, because we keep our issues in our tissues. And so maybe something settled in over the winter that needs to go. So I invite you to do that as well. All right. Thank you, Ellen. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Hi, Deanna. Of course. This one is nice. This is the listen card. And I want you to look really carefully at all of the stuff going on here and all of the stuff going over there too. There's a lot of sacred geometry built around her ears and in front of her. So, what it's saying is really expand your listening. And some of that is with spirit, and some of that is pertaining to um fertility is the word that comes through. Um so what spirit means by that is ways to create new things. I'm seeing like an egg being laid. So, what new thing do you want to create? Maybe you want to create a new healing option for your practice, or maybe you want to, um, you know, redecorate one of your rooms, or maybe you want to get some new clothes and explore that. But the big thing is to listen not only to your spiritual team, but to really tune in and listen to your soul. And what does your soul want? And what does your inner child want? Um, so, one of the journaling things that you can do is um, ask, what does my spirit want me to know today? What does my inner child want me to know today? What does my soul want me to experience today? And all of those things can help you learn to tune in even at a deeper level. Because I know you already tune in, but it's almost like taking it, you know, in a notch and just really expanding how you do that. Um, and maybe asking your spiritual team, you can even ask them, what do my angels want me to know? What do my ancestors want me to know? What do the ascended masters want me to know? Um, and then let yourself listen. And automatic writing is one of those things that just let it come, because that's how we connect, when we just let it pour out however it's meant to. And even if you haven't done it before, which I'm sure you probably have, um, wisdom that comes out is always phrased differently than you would ever speak. So that's how you know. And for me, my handwriting changes depending on which part of my team I'm connected to. So apparently they have different handwriting. And definitely sometimes left-handed versus right-handed and things like that. So open yourself up to that and really see what's out there, because I feel like there's something really important trying to be said to you, and you just might need to get a little bit quiet to hear it. All right, thank you, dear. I'm glad you're here. Have a great rest of your evening and rest of your week. Hi, Mary. How you doing? All right, this is fun. So you got the magnetism card, and I love all the blue. The blue's really jumping out at me today. Um, so one of the things that I had a teacher, a mentor, who talked about law of attraction as becoming the magnet. Um, Not just attracting, but actually drawing it to you. And sometimes magnetism means you're drawing people to you, right? Because you're being there and you're vibrant and people are just drawn to you, right? But we also can become a magnet for what we want to experience, what we want for abundance, what we want for ease in our life. And so the way we do that is we become a match, because magnets that attract, right, they click right together. You can't even pull them apart. Um, but if you're not a match, right, they repel, right, because you're going the opposite ways. And sometimes, you don't quite line it up, and so it's not quite a full match. So when you are doing your creating, um, think about making really clear, concise um, directions for that. Say you want a new car. You want to be clear on what size you want, how many doors you want. Do you want it to be an automatic? Do you want it to be electric? Do you want it to be a certain color? Do you want it to get so many miles to the gallon? Do you want it to be in this price range? Do you want it to be in your state so that you can pick it up there, or within a certain radius? Do you want it to be brand new, or do you want it to be gently used? Um, it's getting really clear on each detail that you can, and then opening up to this or something better. Because sometimes there's something even better that we don't even know exists out there. And you can do that for anything. Like if you were doing it for a job, I always tell my clients to make a want ad um, for exactly describing you and what you love to do and how many hours a week and how much you want to get paid and how, healthcare and do you work from home or do you go in, and how many, all of the little details that sometimes we forget are important to us. This would be great, but so we don't want to have that. We want to have a full magnetized match. Um, so get really, really clear and just know that there's nothing that you can't call to you if you amplify your magnet to match what you hope, desire, and dream. It's that simple. It's just our thinking brain that gets in the way and makes up all these excuses why we can't. But guess what? We totally can. So good luck with that, and let us know how it goes. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, thank you. I always love all the emojis that are on there. Thanks, Deanna. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. This is a nice one. This one is called Center. And she's got that beautiful lotus at her heart and at her crown. So those are her connections, that openness. So centering is very much like grounding, and it is that feeling we experience at the end of meditation where we're in the present moment, where we're only here. We're not worried about what ifs or what happened. We're just here and really aware of ourselves, our surroundings, our choices. Sometimes that centered feeling you can most experience in the heart, because you can feel when you're in alignment with yourself, and when your inner child is calm, right? She's not acting out. She feels safe and secure, and she's right here with you as well. And sometimes we just need to take a few deep breaths to get more centered. Sometimes we need to step out in nature and really look at our environment around us. But we can even do that inside. You can do it by looking at all the blue things in your room and really looking at them one at a time and honoring them, and then looking at all the yellow things in the room. And it's a way for you to open your awareness to your surroundings. And when we're centered, then we're making our decisions from our heart space and not from our fear. And then we can make choices that are for our best and done with love. And I always feel like when I'm centered and I'm making choices for my future self. What is my future self going to want or need? And am I taking care of her with the choice I'm making right now? And that's when you're in your center and your blood pressure goes down. It becomes more even and more balanced. But also, when we're centered, we can have difficult conversations with others because we're not going to be triggered, and we can just speak our truth. And when we're centered, we can express ourselves more as a creative being through our art or our music, our dance, our baking, our gardening, our poetry, whatever is your creative passion. Um, you have to be in the moment and present with what you're creating. You can't be thinking about the next thing, right? And that's sometimes people call it in the zone. When you're in the zone, you're centered. Um, and believe it or not, you can spend more and more of your day in the zone if you just practice. So that's a great one for all of us. Thank you, Rachel, for being here and having that card to share with us. Thanks. Have a great week. All right, Rob, it's your turn. All right, your card is connection tonight. I guess that's the theme, right? Being centered, being connected. I love it. So connection for you is not just divine connection, though that's a big piece, plugging into the divine, not just the masculine divine, but the feminine divine, because that helps us stay balanced in our energy system. We all need to be connected to both. Um, it's like only using one side of your body and not the other, right? If you do that, all of a sudden you're limping, and even the good side doesn't work as well. So remembering to be really connected to both. But I'm also seeing that it's time for you to make some connections. It's time to find people with similar interests. It's time to find or stretch your community. I'm seeing you having, friends that you can hang out with and do game night with or something, that you can just be yourself. So people who see you as you and that you have that connection. And it's trying to find the right word. When we're in that connection, the energy flows, the ideas flow, the creativity flows, and it bounces off everyone, right? So that one inspiration leads to another inspiration, leads to another inspiration, leads to a collaboration. It's the gathering, right? That brings us together. So what I'm seeing is expanding your connections, and not just on the virtual. We're really good these days at reaching out virtually, but not being able to touch somebody or not being able to be in the same room with them. It does have a layer of separation, and so it's really time for us to reconnect in the physical realm and spend time with people that we like, that we want to spend time with, and who fill our cup and we fill up theirs. People we can laugh with and maybe even cry with. Because it's stressful when you only connect with like one person or a couple people. We need our community. And so, yeah, expanding that connection. So that's awesome. All right, thank you for being my co-pilot tonight, Rob. Thanks for everybody who joined us on this amazing, you're welcome, you're welcome, Rachel, on this amazing solar eclipse day. See, we defied nature by having technology work perfectly for us. So I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week, and we'll be here again next Monday at 7. And if you haven't already, please like us and follow us on Facebook, on our Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom Facebook page, and also our YouTube channel. Also Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom. And those of you who are in the Massachusetts, Connecticut, New England area, and even those who aren't, I will be doing an in-person retreat that's really helping you launch your creativity. And I will have that link to you soon. I, of course, haven't done technology because we lost power for a few days. But I will be in beautiful Charlemont, Massachusetts, for a 3-day retreat. And I would love to have some of you in person to have that connection, those hugs. So message me if you're interested, because I'd love to have you join us. All right, guys, have a nice time, and bye for now.